By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading, according to our scribe.
Sure.
The moment that's the Institute. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute. I've had our scribe, the only logical That's where we need your help.
Well, guess what? This is your lucky day. I have a way inside.
The method is useless without the means to make it work. Perhaps we should pool our resources to achieve our common goal. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager to get into the Institute.
I think they're the ones who kidnapped my son.
The Institute preys on the weak to further their own ends. Together, we'll make them pay for their crimes. I'll call ahead and brief Proctor Ingram. Report to the airport, and get to work on your project right away.
Frame is driving me crazy. Got like 3 itches I can't even scratch.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? Alright, I'll bite.
Did you know the Institute has a teleporter called the Molecular Relay? Take a look.
Molecular... what? No. Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
That all sounds impressive, but can you build it?
If I can keep that flying pile of junk in the air, I can work miracles. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but it's gonna take a car.
I'm glad you can make sense of those plans.
I haven't made sense of all of it yet, but I will by the time you get the first part built. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also... Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then.
Sure.
Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that might...
Looks good, Ingram. I'll get to work right away.
I wish I had your confidence. Oh, one last thing before I forget. It's important. If you need any help, I'd wish you good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a camera right now.
While it had been full of fish, or monsters, or monsterfish. I don't know. Not relevant. The Minutemen are there now. That's good. For them. I guess for everyone else too. So, yeah.
Haircuts, right here.
Doctor?
Let's get you examined right away. Time is not on the side of the surgeon.
Yeah. Take a look at me, Doc.
Tell me your symptoms.
I've got an itch, Doc. Too many chems. Got anything that can help?
We can sober you up. Please, don't be an idiot and go out drinking immediately after the procedure. And that's that. Anything else bothering you?
No. We're done.
All right.
Uh-huh. Hey, Doc.
We offer...
Lost.
Mayor McDonough chased all the ghouls out of Diamond City. I wonder if any of them ended up out here. I find the quality of care at this facility to be lacking. At best.
Fugitive is attempting to evade capture. Beginning pursuit.
Why not let them...
Retrieve the danger.
Warning. Hostiles in area.
Must we play hide and seek now?
Going down. Warning. Dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend. Area until order has been restored. This is a direct complaints to your local law going up. Second floor. Do not attempt to flee. You will be identified and sanctioned. Attention. Fugitive should be considered armed, and fugitive has evaded pursuit. Law enforcement authorities now have primary responsibility for apprehension. Going down. Basement.
Lock's really strong.
Going up. Ground floor.
Unless you like getting shot, never turn your back.
This isn't going to do anything without power.
You chilly? It seems chilly.
Heard you gave those beauties at Fort Strong something to think about.
I'm occupied at the moment. We'll speak later. Too busy to speak right now.
to make sure this is on the same grid as the rest of the signal interceptor. Make sure this is on the same grid as the rest of the signal interceptor.
Maxon's waiting to talk to you, and I'm not throwing the switch in.
Excuse me, Elder Maxon.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is in it. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
What are the details of my mission?
I'm glad you asked. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the... About 10 years during this process...
That's fortunate.
Yes, it was. Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood, and exiled her. We're fairly certain.
Uh-huh. She was a valuable resource. It was a mistake to let her leave.
Agreed. I wish our predecessors would have had your foresight. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find there's a special...
What's this project that needs her attention?
Sorry, that information is classified. I'm sure you understand. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you. Good luck.
Right. Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Dr. Lee is
I've checked and rechecked everything.
If any
I
harm
think the
comes
signal
to...
interceptor's ready.
I'm holding you personally.
Let's do this.
responsible.
All right. Head up onto the platform.
Sure.
Pull yourself together and get up onto that platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face.
Busted.
Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, Countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Broken. Don't have the key. Would need the key. No use. Can't pick this. Jammed. Only opens with a key. No way to pick this. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
I'll kill them for this. All of them.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's... He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
I could kill you. Right here. Right now.
Yes. Yes, you could. And I would be powerless to stop you.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Shaun. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Shaun. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
he was a murderer. He killed your mother.
Believe me, I am well aware of the atrocities Kellogg committed. I suspect there are many more we'll never know of. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? The world is a dangerous place. Although I think maybe it always was. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build... And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to...
I won't be a part of this. I can't.
Why? Because of the reputation of the Institute. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Your Institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, well, the world is not what it used to be. What about the people you've aided in order to get here? What atrocities have they committed? The Brotherhood of Steel. They believe they're the only ones fit to control technology and destroy anyone who opposes them. And you would side with them. None have any true claim to nobility in this world. Those days are gone. But we are not the monsters we have been cast as. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what we really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
I'm sorry to hear that. I had certainly hoped we could work together. But every man must make his own decisions. If you choose to leave, I cannot force you to stay. Understand, though, that I cannot allow you to remain within the Institute. You may have safe passage back to the relay, where you will be sent back to the surface. But from that point, you must be considered hostile. I am sorry. I must think first of the safety of the Institute. And in the cruel world that has developed, those who are not with us are against us. The elevator will return you to the relay.
Blue, where are your pants?
Lancer Captain Kells has informed me that the Institute...
I didn't realize it would make you so angry.
Didn't realize? Your instructions were clear. You were to infiltrate the Institute, find Dr. Lee, and convince her to return to the Brotherhood. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Knight.
I stand by my actions, sir.
Do you? Well, if nothing else, you have the courage to stand your ground. That doesn't absolve you from your mistake. But let's just say you've earned back some of my respect. Fortunately, this incident doesn't change our current strategy. We have a contingency plan that's already being put into effect that should ensure completion of our special project. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to... And Knight.
No matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have Speaking of,
Right.
I'm dying to find out what's on it.
So we were just shooting in the dark?
It was the best we could come up with on such short notice. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of the Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded.
Proctor Ingram.
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this... Now, the bad news. The first problem is his CPU.
Mm-hmm. There's gotta be a way to solve...
I do as much as I... What we... Her name's Professor Scar. Why don't you... Oh. Once she sees... In the meantime...
Always on. Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Maybe we can have this chat later.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Always on good behavior, aren't you? Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a camera right now.
Sorry to let you down, but I'm afraid I'm not in the mood to teach biology lessons today.
If something's wrong, maybe I can help.
It's my colleague, Professor Skara. Her normal field expeditions never last more than a few... I'm afraid something terrible has happened to her.
Gone for a week. Blue, she could be in real trouble.
Don't worry.
Oh, that would be wonderful. The last place Professor Skara said she was going is the General Atomics Galleria. I'll mark it on your mapping device. There. Look, if you find her, could you...
Always on good behavior, aren't you?
I try to be.
Seems like you're... Of course, in my experience. I mean...
Hi there.
Look at Diamond
Are you
City.
here for today's
A
free
place I've been
biology
trying
lesson?
to warn of real danger. But every... Always on good...
attention to the demonstration. Shh. Right this way, please.
Remember, you are the pride of General Atomics.
Back alley bowling. Get right this way. Stop. Stop.
Professor Scara.
Excuse me, but this is a private research site. If you're here to...
Actually, I was looking for you.
Oh. Well, that puts an entirely different spin on everything. My name, and in answer to what I expect. The whole thing's rather... So, now...
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to ask for your help.
How very interesting.
Uh-huh.
While I'm flattered that perhaps...
We need your expertise to get Liberty Prime back online.
Liberty Prime? Where have I heard that before? Oh, yes. I believe it's some kind of an enormous robot. Intriguing as it sounds, I'm afraid my work at General Atomics isn't complete. Perhaps you could come back another time.
Maybe this'll change your mind.
Intriguing. So, your technicians must use these to calibrate Liberty Prime's internal power system. It's quite an ingenious little device, but it could use some work. All right, you've got a deal. I'll wrap up my collecting trip and meet you at your headquarters. Now if you'll...
Oh my god. They were teaching the robots to bowl? So these were the men who doomed the world. Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Charging into a situation, guns blazing, is a good way of getting yourself killed.
Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Professor?
You call this a good start? This poor thing's memory core was completely corrupted.
Right.
If you can...
Charm.
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt... Besides,
Sure.
I've never seen some... In fact,
Sure. Anything you...
that's what I love about you.
Uh-huh.
You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have... The actuators, Prime's new lab. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system. What we need...
All right, Ingram. Here's a list of materials you'll need.
Now, before you get that look, the only thing we need, according to Proctor, we've already sent out a...
Once you start building, good luck.
Uh-huh.
Always on good behavior, aren't you? on good behavior, aren't you?
You always pry this much into the motives of your traveling partners?
Just the ones I find. I appreciate,
Sure.
of course, and Mike. I mean,
Uh-huh.
oh, Piper, why don't you ever publish anything happy? Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Going down. Basement.
Won't be able to pick this.
Going up. Second floor. Going down. Basement.
No way I could pick this.
Going up. Ground floor.
Always on good behavior, aren't you? Always on good behavior, aren't you?
False alarm. Standing down. Going down. Basement.
Oh, back to the usual daily routine.
floor.
Always on.
Going down. Basement.
Loctite. Don't think I can pick this.